Hello, good people of the internet, and welcome to Famicorp, which is used to be Famipod, is no longer Famipod. We have rebranded for like the third, fourth, fifth time. I don't even remember. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to the Famiriety Show, a new sub genre of Famicorp, which used to be Famipod, but is no longer Famipod.
It's not confusing. There's nothing confusing about it.
It's not confusing. It's just family.
It's family.
Welcome to, and I learned the actual definition of this word, the inaugural episode of Famicorp Awards for the 2025 year, where we're going to tell you every game that you should have played during the 2025 calendar year.
That's how you learn, baby.
Introducing my my Fama Bros, my Famicorp family bros.
Can we,
Mr.
can we be the
Swedish man himself? This I don't know. Absolutely not.
Help me, Family Bro. I'm stuck.
I like. Why?
Oh
man.
I have regret. Introducing the first of the favorite bros, Mr. Dennis, all the way from Sweden. How you doing tonight, dude?
Hello, I'm doing all right. Less all right now when Curly made that weird connection.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel that in my soul. And the man who always puts his best foot forward, Mr. Curly. How we doing?
Doing fantastic. I'm ready to put all my feet forward, if you know what I'm saying. Instagram, what's up?
Nope.
Fucking got him. No, I'm doing pretty good. If anybody wants context
so
for that,
much.
just check out our brand new Instagram, which, by the way, we're on all socials.
Look, we just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, part of the rebrand. So we're now on all socials. Everything will be uploaded to YouTube. I guess the VOD will be up on YouTube tomorrow morning. And then you can check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts.
We did it.
We're getting official.
We did
We're
it.
doing the thing.
We actually said
We are
we're
doing
going to
the
be on the things, and look at us. Look at us. We're on the fucking things.
We did it. we all it took was a beautiful Swedish boy to get us on track.
Oh,
And we did
okay. The stream is incredibly laggy.
Is it? Oh,
It
man.
is.
So we're experimenting with
this is
a new thing with how we capture windows. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's okay. Also, if it's not, yeah. Can't see blocked by Curly.
Can't see blocked by Curly.
Is it blocked? What does that mean?
From like I'm currently seeing like 1 frame per minute.
Yeah, the frame rate's real bad.
Sweet.
I have no idea why.
Everything looks green on my side. Oh, Burb is just lagging. Never mind. Well, it could be the stream. I don't know. Because I am also, like, I don't know how Riverside works, but that's what we're using. And we're recording on that
So
side,
mine
but
ju-
also streaming on Discord to Twitch.
Well, now it's
Yeah, mine fixed just now.
now it's fine. It seems.
We
Hold
can
up.
we
Let's
can
see.
actually formally apologize to audio listeners for the first time.
That's a good point.
'Cause
We can do it.
Yeah.
Audio listeners,
we don't
hello,
have
for the
any
first time
audio
ever.
Hey,
listeners.
you know what? I
yet,
looked at the analytics.
But you
There
can
were
fix
two.
We
that.
have the
You chat.
potential.
There were 2
Chat, you
downloads to the
can- Two?
podcast. I don't know who those 2 people are, but they did it.
It was Ryan and his French personality.
Not his French friend, it's his French personality.
Yeah.
My French persona. So yeah, all right. Well, again, in case we didn't hear it because of the lagging, welcome to Famicorp, the Famiriety Show, of the Famicorp Awards for 2025. Again, we're here to tell you about all of our favorite games from the previous calendar year, and I'm sure this won't result in any arguing whatsoever.
No, why would it?
Fellas, are y'all ready to kick this thing off? You have
All I
any-
want to say before we begin is that I'm right and you're wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just how it is.
I've seen your list, and I'm not gonna have a repeat performance from the Fantasy Critic Draft, but I will just say, like, if there's anybody that's got a controversial list here, he might live in Sweden.
Oh yeah, let's give some context here. So, we collectively are deciding what is the Famicorp Game of the Year. So what we did was we submitted our top 10 games of the year to Ryan. So he's the only one who knows the list. So me and Dennis, this will be completely surprise along with you guys. With that being said, maybe some of these games didn't necessarily release this year, but it had to have, for my list at least. Again, this is all open to interpretation. For my list, I went with, let's put games that at least had a release this year. Again, I don't know what the official rules are that we didn't quite set all the way, but if like,
yeah,
is that in line with everybody's, or is that not the case?
Yeah, no, I think that's the case. Every game that I've seen on the list had a release in the calendar year.
Got you. So, for example, if this isn't a good example because it's not real, if Balatro had been like, "Hey, we're releasing on the Switch 2, like a particular version with new shit there," Balatro technically would have been eligible as a pick for me. I have a couple of caveats that I wanted to get out of the way just in case. I want to put this into the air. There are several games on my list that I have not completed, that I have not beaten. So take that like as you will, where it's like maybe when I beat a particular game, it would have moved up or down. But this is like right now in the moment, literally last night, I asked Ryan, I was like, hey, can you actually add this to my list, please? Because in my heart of hearts, this belongs on my list for 2025 Game of the Year. And there are a few notable games that I missed out on. I'm just going to shout those out here. Feel free to do that as well after me. I did not get a chance to play Elden Ring Night Rain just because you need like a proper squad for it, and it just never came together in that way. That game likely would have made my top 10. Again, don't know that for sure. That one didn't quite make it.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
Why don't we save our honorable mentions for?
Well, this isn't even an honorable mention. I never played it.
Like not honorable mentions, but like games that we didn't play, because saying the games you didn't play kind of gives away what may or may not be in the top 5.
Sure, that's fine. That's fair. Okay, let's get into it then.
I love a good spoiler as much as the next guy.
That's true. He sure does. I'm just saying that in the air because somebody would be like, waiting, like, where the fuck is Night Rain on Curly's list? And then they'd be sniffing. And it smells like shit because I didn't do it. I didn't play it. Sad.
So I guess let's break down the scoring real quick. So I don't know if we already did that, but like essentially the way we did this was we each submitted a top 10. We assigned like how we did old school. Sorry, we're late. Except there's no voting process this time for like elimination. Each game gets a point, 1 through 10. If it's the first game on your list, it gets 10 points. If it's the last game on your list, it gets 1 point. And then I tallied up the points, and the top 5 are as follows. We'll get into our individual top 10s after we roll through the top 5, and we'll take some time to talk about each game in the top 5 as we roll through it. Curly, I talked to Dennis about this while you were taking a pee break.
In the body,
like light spoilers, no spoilers, heavy spoilers. What are we looking at here?
I would say lean on the side of not spoilering, but we can talk about the game in a manner that expresses what we loved about it without like giving too much away. I feel like.
Okay, so avoid spoilers.
Yeah,
I like that.
We're not gonna spoil the game beyond anything that you might have seen like on trailers or like. I mean, we could give our impressions on things that might be interpreted as spoilers. So, like, if you don't like that, maybe come back after you beat the game, skip ahead to the next pick or whatever. But, like, it'll be very light as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
And I think we should do like a 5 maybe reveal the game that we're about to talk about, and then a 5-second window of like, hey, get out. If you don't want anything, like if you're that way about the game, we'll give you 5 seconds to get out of here.
Yeah, because it is hard to say like why you love a game without going into like some light details. Again.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and share the presentation.
By the way, Myron, try to eat your microphone as much as possible because you are coming through as a bit quieter than Dennis. So just eat that bitch up, Yeah, dude.
Nobody clip
That's
that.
already much
Nobody clip
better.
that,
Thank you.
please.
Nice logo,
Alright,
by the
sweet.
way, Dennis. I appreciate that. Yeah. Famicorp. Follow us. You know?
It's very, very, very
Yeah.
nice. All right, so game of the year, Famicorp 2025. Moving on, let's start off with our number 5 game of the year.
Oh, nice little crossfade.
Mario
there.
Kart World.
Mario Kart World being in the top 10 is cool. Okay.
Not even top 10, it's top 5. It is not.
Oh, we're not even doing top 10. That's right. It's just top 5.
We're not doing
That
top
is
10. It's just
wild.
5.
Okay, real quick. Do we say where it was on our list now or at the end, or how do you guys want to do that?
I don't remember my ranking right now.
I mean, I can pull mine up
So-
easily, but
I
I think it's fun just to know where we had it, just to see like.
yeah, I have everybody's rankings here if we want to go over it.
I can bring mine up.
Yeah, I've got mine pulled up.
Yeah, I had I had World on number 6.
Okay, I had Mario Kart World number 8 of the year.
And Mario Kart was number 6 on my list.
Okay, so we're
So,
roughly the same, but that because we each voted on it, it's cracking that top 5. Interesting. Okay.
Yep. So a good thing to note, there's not a ton of overlap. So we're gonna get into some games, even in our top 5, where some of us may have not have played them.
Yeah,
So
true. And yeah, we're a small family corporation. We're nice, tight knit family. So like that's inevitably going to happen, you know, until more fertile ground is soiled.
yeah. Sure.
Who wants to go first? Who had it on the highest? It was Ryan.
I think me and Dennis both had it at 6, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dennis, kick us off.
Mario Kart World, what a journey. A knockout tour, to be exact. No, I mean, I love Mario Kart. Mario Kart is one of the games that I have probably the most amount of time in ever. Like, when it comes to like the whole series, and like I do think Mario Kart World has some issues that I would like to see fixed. Like, I really want to see like a 3-lap plus routes kind of mode, and not just like the route and then just one lap on the course and stuff like that. I would love to see custom knockout tours. But yeah, I think what is there, I think is really cool. And I really like driving around the open world. I haven't done like even close to like half of the P switches or anything, but I think this is a game that I'm just gonna hop into every now and then and play with friends and family and chill out with, you know. Hope to do more DLC.
Absolutely. I guess picking up from there. So yeah, I think Mario Kart's a weird one for me because, you know, I was on a path to 100% it for a while there, and then the open world just kind of like just burnt me out. I think this is a game that, had it executed better, could have been much higher on my list. Whereas also the game it is now, had I finished some of the games ranked lower on my list, it probably would have been a lot lower. I loved my time with it. It's a great game. Knockout Tour is fantastic. I love the open world. I just wish it was executed a little better. I would have loved to put this game like in my top 3 because I spent a ton of time with it. The tech is awesome. Again, the Knockout Tours, I can't talk enough about how cool like driving through one track to the next is such a cool idea. I'd love a story mode for this. I was hoping we'd get more support for this before the year was out. It so baffles me that there is no Donkey Kong DLC.
Oh, there is.
Reminder that Ryan thought that they were gonna announce Mario Kart World DLC within Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Look, it was a moment. It was a moment of like pure jubilation I get to this unbelievable world. We can touch on this later, but you get to this amazing world, this amazing moment in DK Bonanza where there's a racing world, and it's like, are they doing this? Because we had speculated on the show that they were going to do DK DLC for Mario Kart. It was like,
Yeah.
where is it? What are they waiting for? They were waiting for the release of Bonanza.
Still waiting.
What if this was just like yeah, exactly. Where is it?
What's funny?
It was a dumb moment, but it was a moment I just had like when I saw the trophy in the world, I was like, they're doing it. This is happening, and then it wasn't. And the moment was over.
Raises.
The dream was over.
I just love the idea that you're playing Donkey Kong Bonanza and just cuts to a quick Nintendo Direct presentation.
That's not what I had in mind.
That would be incredible.
I just listen, like you said, there's no Donkey Kong DLC, but literally last night, as of recording this, they dropped Donkey Kong Country Returns DLC. They added Dixie Kong. Let's fucking go, babies! It's a Donkey Kong Country Returns before we got Mario Kart World DLC. It's crazy. Nintendo's fucking crazy. They'll do anything. You can never predict these guys. They'll fucking do anything. It's insane. I love the fact that Dixie Kong is a DKCR. Man, y'all don't even know. Like the amount of instantly my brain was like, oh my god, those time trials are about to become so much easier with being able to do like different skips and shit. So excited for that. Anyway, let me talk about Mario Kart World, everybody.
Stop talking about DKCR.
Listen, this game's great. It is probably my second favorite Mario Kart game. It's so hard to follow up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, specifically Deluxe. That game is just the pinnacle of kart racing. And like, what do you do to follow that up? It's like, well, you could just like really like crazyfy it. What if we did a Mario Kart World? And then with just that name, your brain starts to imagine what that would be like. And I almost feel like it's more on me and my expectation of what I wanted this game to be that hinders it from it actually like exceeding my expectations. But it just and again, I think this game is mechanically the best Mario Kart. I absolutely adore the fact that you can hold the fucking drift button while you're driving in a straight line and jump. I love that jump can combo into a wall ride that jumps onto a rail and does this crazy tech. Like mechanically, it's fucking phenomenal. It's just the simple fact that like I still enjoyed Mario Kart 8 Deluxe more, and like I just wanted more out of the open world. And again, that's not necessarily saying like that was under delivered because they never promised on that. But like again, when me as a fucking Nintendo fucking fiend, I'm over here like thinking, what is going to be the follow up to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for a decade or more? Like, it's just that speculation gets in your head when you find out it's going to be Mario Kart World and it looks like it's going to be open world. You start to like think of the theories of like, is it going to be Mario Kart Forza? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? Is it going to be Diddy Kong Racing? And it's really none of that. It's just a really fucking solid Mario Kart game, which is still an incredible game. Like, it's still cracking my top 10. Like, there's another kart racer we might talk about later, I don't know, that came out this year that I really fucking adore. But, like, this game still edged that one out. I really love this game. But, like, in my heart, I am a little bit disappointed by my own expectation of what it could have been. I don't think that the game is lesser for that because of it. I'm glad that it did crack our top 5. I think it deserves the top 5. But in my personal list, it wouldn't be that high. And again, that's not a detriment to the game. I think that's just how I set it up, and that's just my personal take on
it. Yeah, I think the top 5 ranking looks a little high currently. I feel like if this game gets the support that I still think it's going to get, it can justify it being even higher by the time we're done here. Because I still feel like I still stand on the fact that the level design, the world design of Mario Kart World is probably one of my favorite open world designs ever. Like it to do like it has Breath of the Wild moments when you're looking off in the distance. If you do the races, if you don't do like the regular course races first and you just drive around, like it's got those Breath of the Wild moments. Like look at that in the distance. I can drive to that. I can race there. Like all of the, it's like a theme park. It's like Disney World. It's so like you get so absorbed into that open world. It's just there needs to be more to do. There needs to be way better tracking on the collectibles. And yeah, a story mode would have absolutely killed for this game.
Mm-hmm. Good game though. We should play that more
Great
on
game.
stream when they inevitably,
We should.
release the Donkey Kong DLC that should fucking be in this game. Still blows my mind. It's insane. Like,
Look,
Yeah.
fucking it writes itself, man. K. Rool in this bitch.
it's
Spoilers, sorry.
It's gonna happen. Ah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, wasn't it revealed that Void Kong and K. Rool's actors are credited
Yeah.
in World?
Yep.
They sure are. And like
They sure are.
I'm sure that's still coming. I'm with you, Ryan. Like this game still has so much room to grow because again, Nintendo loves to do, hey, this is the Mario Kart for this console. This is the Smash Bros for this console. And it lives and breathes on that console.
Yeah.
And like if anything, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe grew on the Switch to become the greatness that it is. I'm hoping Mario Kart World does. I really do. And I it can. Like it literally can. So many just like little things if they just updated again, like the open world. If you just gave me an easier way to track the shit, if it just made it more engaging and more rewarding.
Well, they have updated a bunch of that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They did update the open world collectible stuff. It's still not great. Like still not ideal, but it's much better.
I mean, I'll take it. Like again, this game by the end of the Switch 2 generation, I think is going to be fucking a banger, which it already is, but it's going to be like banger in different, positions. It's going to be great.
Small prediction time. So by the end of the Switch 2 life cycle, will this game have surpassed Mario Kart 8 or not?
In what way? Like
I
sales
think so.
or
Like in
no, like I guess like sales, sure, but like I'm talking about as a game. In your eyes, does this game have a chance to surpass what Mario Kart 8 did by the end of the Switch 2 life cycle? And do you think it will?
I think the potential is there. Like they can add a bunch more outfits and stuff. I mean, if they do like those different kind of modes that I would like, which is, I would like the one that they have now, but also the 3 laps and routes, and also just regular 3 laps. That would be cool. But also the custom knockout tours. And I would like to see more courses. Like there's a lot of speculation about how they would go about doing that because they can't add anything to the world.
Yeah.
They would have to add more like islands around the world.
Right.
And my theory is actually that they're gonna do smaller islands that surround the world.
I like that.
That'd be awesome.
Also,
because you can't even extend the landmass because there are P-switch challenges along the coast.
Yeah, true.
So you would need to have some amount of space between them.
I love that this is like an amazing render of Mario Kart World, and then you see the Game Awards official banner at the top. Listen, I appreciate that legitimately. That's awesome.
All right. Do we want to move on to number 4?
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Number 4.
Yes! Yes!
Prince.
Let's go! Oh!
All right, Dennis, sit back for a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I'll be back.
Oh, man. It's Blueprints for audio listeners, by the way. And I just oh, man. Ryan, where'd you have it on your list?
This is my number 2 game of the year.
Let's go. Talk about it.
Man, I don't know what to look. I didn't fall as deep in the rabbit hole. I think first off, this game is egregiously long. but like
It
to its
really
benefit. Like the game is so unbelievably long. Like uh, Curly is a roguelite sicko at this point, and he's and just puts countless of hours into Velacho in this, and like he's still not done with it. I beat the main story, the main game, and then kind of bounced a little bit after the rest of it. But man, what a game! What an absolute unbelievable a game that I was convinced when it came out that it was going to be my game of the year, and it was. I don't want to say it's close because it wasn't, to be completely fair, but it's holding down that number 2 spot firmly, and that's crazy in this year. That's
I mean,
absolutely nuts.
who could possibly guess what Rise number 1 is?
It's anybody's guess. You know, there's no telling what my number 1 game of the year is.
no telling. Audio listeners, go watch the video if you're confused by what that means.
But man, it's just I don't even know where to start. Like Curly, like just this game is incredible. I love like I'm not as big of a roguelite sicko as Curly's, but I love me a good roguelite. The puzzles, the intricacies of the it's kind of like a deck builder, but it's not a deck builder, and like I haven't been I've only been addicted to 2 games this year to where I just could not put them down, and it was a game we're probably going to talk about and Blueprints, and I wish it would have come out in any other year because it would have been my game of the year.
Yeah, dude. I'll listen, man. Dennis, like no joke, I could talk about this game for an entire podcast. Like I had this at my number 3, which might sound lesser than Ryan, but when I tell you, dude, this year is competitive. Like the games that are this game is above is pretty remarkable because this year has been just insane for games. And we fucking won this year, y'all. We absolutely ate. We had a fucking feast of these indie games and AAA games. Blueprints, like I'm just gonna say this, like I have an entire notebook filled just with the most insane nonsense. Bro, when I'm telling y'all I learned another language that is fictional, I'm not exaggerating. Like there's this game like builds on itself so much. And like so many games use the meme or the saying of like, oh, you beat the game, huh? You rolled credits. Oh, that was just the tutorial. This game is not fucking around. When I say you beat this game after fucking 12 to 20 hours, you were just barely scratching the surface of what this thing has to offer. When I say like the most like interesting, intricate puzzles I've ever seen in any video game, like it just builds on itself because it's not like you're discovering new mechanics, and it's not like you're discovering anything actually new. You're finding like, hey, this thing's in that room. Wow, I fucking noticed the other thing that's just like this in this room. What if I started to write that down? What if I started a fucking Charlie Day fucking rope with a pen this shit here and there? Like I'm not even exaggerating when I say like this game gives you the greatest like holy fuck aha moments like that I've ever experienced in a video game. On top of that, it being a roguelike, it being so infinitely playable, it offering so much replayability. Like the fact that like I haven't completed this game, but I've put probably 80 to 100 hours in it. I beat the game, yes, but like again, you beat the game and then it reveals, hey, you have this other crazy giant thing to do. You do that. Okay, that unveils these crazy puzzles you have to solve. I did that. Then you find out, hey, it's not over yet. You got to find these pins on this map with this whole fictional fucking Earth. You've solved that, and it just keeps going and going and going, and you never get like mad at it for it. You just get more fulfilled. Like any other fucking year, this would be game of the year, but I got 2 other above it, and this is what I mean by like it's a feast. Like this is probably no joke, probably in my top 10 games of all time just because of how unique it is. I love the vibes of how it feels somewhat like always like a horror game, but it never actually is. It is so uneasy sometimes with the soundtrack and the art design. Like Dennis, I cannot say with any other game like that you need to play this besides this one at least to give it a shot, because
Absolutely.
like, man, it is one of the most unique video games I ever played, and I'm telling you, like, give it an honest shot with a notebook in pen. Like, you can't memorize this shit. Like, and you hear so many people say that about games. You have to have either screenshots, you have to write it down, you got to just like live in this world for a little bit. And that's not even talking about the interesting story and so much more. But like, dude, again, I could do an entire podcast on this video game. Like, maybe an entire series of podcasts. I love this game so much. And yeah, dude.
I think the biggest compliment I can give it is like there are amazing games that come out every year. There were a plethora of unbelievable games that came out this year, but very rarely are there games that come out that I feel like change the direction of the industry or have like are going to have a weight on the future of games. And there are multiple games on our list that I feel like I could give that to, and Blueprints is absolutely one of those. We're going to see so many games try to imitate what Blueprints has done this year, successfully or not. I don't know, but I feel like you can look at this game, and if you played it, you know there's going to be there's going to be so many Blueprints likes after.
Fuck, I hope so, man. I love it.
All right. Moving on to number 3. Any closing thoughts, Curly?
I said everything that I can without getting into spoilers, bro. Again, you want to hit me up? Like, I'll talk about this game on a separate podcast without Dennis like rolling his like, guys, I like this shit. Like, dude, I could go on and on, but let's just keep this thing rolling.
Dennis, actually, before we move on, Dennis, what is your like scale of 1 to 10? What is your interest in actually playing Blueprints?
I'll probably play it at some point.
Could this be a stream game?
Ooh, dude, this game would be so fun to stream, and like because of like
considering Curly's the time commitment that Curly said, probably not.
You just have to beat the game.
Fair
like
enough.
Again, the game is layers upon layers. It's a fucking onion game for sure. But like getting to room 46, which by the way is the overall goal, is completely attainable over a few streams. But like
Also,
it does go deeper. Like, again, I haven't finished this game. I don't think I ever will. Like, that's the thing, is like, I don't know if I did the next thing, if there would be another thing and then another thing. That's just how this game builds. But like, that's not to say that like beating the game is not satisfying, because it is. Like, once you reach credits, you're like, damn, that was a fucking solid experience. But then it's just like it entices you. It's just like forever and ever. It's so good.
Another thing, just to throw this out there, and I think this might be a good selling point for you, Dennis. Not that you need it, but like we talk a lot about that feeling of like isolation in a Metroid game that we love. That feeling of like you're by yourself, you're secluded. This game does that so well. Like it feels like a horror game without ever actually being a horror game. Like it's so good at giving you that feeling of just being completely isolated from the rest of the world. It's phenomenal.
I'll just last closing thought, Ryan bringing up like play this game on stream. I think that would be super fun, because like us being able to guide you a little bit might also ease some of the frustration, because there are some like, if I did give any critique here, there are some like runs that are wasted to just shit RNG, or like shit, if I had just known this, I would have completed the day. But like, without giving like overall spoilers, but us being like, hey, what do you think about this or like that, maybe piece this and that together, I honestly think that would be a wonderful time. And Diego in the chat brings up sounds like someone trying to convince you to play Outer Wilds. That's a compliment. I'm about to write that game as a game I'm about to like try and play, because I've heard a lot about it. And if it's anything like Blueprints, then I'm about to get wet on that shit, dude. It's so wet, dude. My fucking mouth is so wet thinking about it.
All right. Moving on. Number 3 is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay. Well, like that tells you what's gonna happen, like already, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so
I'm like pretty sure of the 2 games that are coming next.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's very apparent. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about the game of the year. Maybe not our game of the year, but the Game Awards game of the year.
It's some outlets' game of the year. Some of them.
It's just some. That's fine.
I will say this did end up cracking my top 5, which I did have some doubts on. For future reference, no telling what's on this list, but it was a struggle between figuring out my top 5 on man, does Expedition make it? And that's not to say any detriment about this game because I did love it, but there was the question of how hard does Metroid Prime 4 deliver? And we might touch on that later, but I'm be honest with y'all, I'm a Metroid Prime sicko, and this game edged that out. And that should be that's a high bar. This game does absolutely fuck. But Ryan, you can take it away. I'm sure you probably had it higher on your list.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna let y'all have the floor first because I'm a rant.
Okay, since I'm already on the subject, I love this game. I love that it is basically like a traditional RPG brought into modern times. There's something that I'm a fucking sucker for that Chrono Cross, that Final Fantasy VI era, that Final Fantasy VII era, even though I didn't play it when it originally came out, but I played a lot of Chrono Cross. This game feels like those games, spirit is just invoked in a modern game. And one example of that is when I first got into spoilers, maybe give you 3 seconds. When you first get into the open world, I was very taken aback at first of what the fuck is this? Why are they doing this? And then it just dawned on me. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing the classic RPG open world thing that you get in fucking Chrono Cross, that you get in Final Fantasy VII. And it's just oh wow, this is such a cool version of that.
I did not think that worked at all.
well, you could.
I think you're crazy.
It looks so weird.
It is so weird at first, but then it's just
in not a good way.
But it did something to my spirit, to my soul, that was man, I miss this. This game is so complex. There are so many cool systems. I think this game is just so much of a mixed bag of every RPG style that I love. It's got the time-based mechanics of Mario RPG. It's got the cool open world that I love of Chrono Cross. It's got the cool story of a fucking Final Fantasy. And then it's its own thing as well, with this is such a fucking beautifully realized world, in the story that it takes you on is incredible. The characters are great, just like any RPG. I love this game. I have some critiques with it. I have some problems with it. It is janky. And I am taken aback by some of the story stuff that I'm I like it, but at the same time, I'm not completely sold on it. I don't agree with some decisions here and there, but all around, Sandfall deserves the flowers it's getting. I'm not even trying to joke or meme on it. They fucking did the thing as a small studio. Hats off to them. I love it. But Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah, Expedition 33 was on number 5 for me.
Okay, so
it was initially lower, and I'm sure Ryan was flipping out when he saw my list the first time.
No, absolutely expected y'all's where y'all put them. I was actually delightfully surprised with your amended list, but I expected it to be kind of
low. But yeah, no, I think the game is great. I do think the game is a little bit overrated. I think if I think the story around the game is giving it more boost. I think if Ubisoft made this exact game, it would not be getting Game of the Year. I think it would probably have been dominated still, but I don't think it would be Game of the Year. And that's not. I say Ubisoft as an example of someone like a corporate kind of
some sort of,
if it was made in a corporate environment. Yeah. I think the narrative around the game, which is a really good narrative, but I think it's giving the game more. It's allowing people to give it a little bit of slack, which I think it deserves as well. I mean the um the extreme scale of this game versus the size of the team is of course um crazy. But yeah, I thought the story was good. I have problems with it. Um and yeah, there are a lot of like small things that I don't really like. Like the open world. Like I think it's just like I get like when I saw it, I was like, I get what you're doing. I don't think it works with this art style. I think if I would have done it, I would have I would have stylized it somehow, like maybe representing the characters as like dolls or something like that. I don't know, like whatever would work, but like it would. I think it needs to be stylized somehow. The fact that it's all just like the realistic models and everything, I don't think it works. Um, but um, yeah, uh, I kind of just went through the game in one go. But yeah, I thought it was good. I liked it. Some number five, of course.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we had it in the same place, but again, like this year's insane. Uh, One last part is like, shout out to the fucking soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack is
oh yeah, I
ridiculous
mean
in
the
this game.
soundtrack is fantastic.
And I will side with that. It's just a little bit. Again, we're not saying this is like, oh, this game sucks, it's overrated. I will say like it is a hard pill for me to swallow to say like this game is the most awarded video game of all time. I just think,
Yeah, that is what I think
yeah,
is like that is a little bit too
like
much.
again, I adore it. I loved it.
It's not though. It's second. It's second most.
Okay, I mean, even still, like as much as I love this game, like I don't get that vibe from it. Like there's certain games that you play that you're like, this is like the best fucking thing I've ever played. Like I don't get that necessarily as much as I am like in love with it. Like again, it gave me so many feelings that I didn't know I needed. Like again, like I miss so much of like what this game delivers on like my heart needing that classic RPG style. I had an argument with you guys like earlier this or last year that was like, man, I miss when games were so much more simpler. And like this game kind of delivers on that somewhat because like it's not like a crazy open world, go anywhere, you got a million things to do. The game is pretty streamlined and like it's pretty like simple as far as like the gameplay loop goes. Like I miss when games were like this. And like maybe that's what like the majority of people are latching onto is like it is so easy to just get in the gameplay loop of this game and like it is so much of like banger cutscene, cool. Walk around the open world, you're in the next area, boom, you fight these fights, boom, cutscene. And it's just rinse and repeat with like the best fucking music and some of the best art visuals I've ever seen. Like it delivers, man. Is it like the second best awarded game of all time to me? Not necessarily, but like I'm not gonna fucking hate on somebody that thinks it is. Like I can totally see where you're coming from. But Ryan, take it away.
I'll
Tell
hate
us
on you.
why it is probably higher on your list.
So goes without saying. This is my game of the year. This is my number one game. Is number one on my list. Look, I'm a man who speaks hyperbolically, and I'm probably going to embellish a little bit here, but this is easily a top five video game for me all time. I am a Final Fantasy sicko. This game is an homage to everything I love about Final Fantasy, about RPGs in general. Uh, I could, the way you talked about Blueprints, I could talk about this game for
Mm.
hours. The story gripped me like a story has not gripped me since like my original playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. And that's what this game is. This game, what Sandfall achieved with this game, I think, is equivalent to what Square did with FF7.
Mm.
I think Sandfall has achieved Final Fantasy VII in 2025. From a story perspective, from a musical perspective, I think Lorient Testard goes bar for bar as good as Uematsu's peak.
Damn.
I think it. If the trajectory he's this man's they found this man on SoundCloud. I
It's
totally get the whole
wild.
like I totally get your argument, Dennis, that the narrative around this game propelled it to the heights that it's gotten to. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but when you have a story that good, when it's a dev team of 34 individuals, ex Ubisoft devs, so the Ubisoft
That's actually
comparison
pretty
is insane. It's unbelievably apt. And I kind of love it. But the narrative director for this game had never been published before this game came out. Not a single developer on this game had ever produced a game before this game came out. So he absolutely did the narrative around this game propel it to it's the amount of awards it's getting. Sure, I think it's still game of the year even without that narrative. I think the combat system made turn-based combat fun in 2025. I talked about Blueprints being a game that revolutionized the gaming industry or will have sent ripples throughout the gaming industry for years to come. The Expedition likes are already coming.
Yeah, that's true.
The effect that Expedition is going to have on the gaming industry going forward, we're going to look back at 10 years and be like, this was the start of it. This was the start of the revolution behind turn-based RPGs. And to be fair, it's not a genre that necessarily needed a revolution, but it's going to pull this genre back into the mainstream like it was back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah, the combat's really fun. Like I've made this comparison so many times with you, but like it's just Mario RPG. But it's not because like there are
the word just offends me there because it's so like, much more complex.
It really is
than Mario RPG
because there is the dodge mechanic versus the parry mechanic. But what we're really getting at is it's basically quick time events in real time for turn-based combat. And that sounds so like whatever, but like the way the game does it where when you pull off 3 to 4 parries in a row and you get the group thing that just does the ultimate attack, it's just you feel something in your bones jingle, man.
The gradient counters. First off, the sound design around the parry mechanic is so unbelievably satisfying. The parry mechanic in itself, like I totally get the Mario RPG comparison, but like what it does like, to say it's just Mario RPG is a disservice to how good that parry mechanic is. It's Dark Souls parrying in a turn-based RPG is what it really is. And like coming off of a game last year, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is my #1 game of all time. I'm not sure if this game is surpassing it or not. We'll talk about that down the road. I got to finish my second.
Dude, this game's better than that. I'm just saying, like it just is.
I agree. It's definitely better than Rebirth.
Dude, like,
I mean, I love all the characters in Rebirth more than probably anyone in this
true.
game. But
see, I disagree with that because the characters in this game. And here's the thing: I don't know how y'all played this game, but like, the optional content in this game is not optional for character development, for character growth, for experiencing the full
entire
story.
thing.
There's so much optional content in this game that enhances your experience with this game to such a ridiculous degree.
Yeah, that's fair. Because to be honest, like I was doing all that to a degree, but you reach a certain point in the game, I won't spoil it, where it's just like, hey, dude, the twist in this game is awesome. Like it's just fucking dope. It's really cool. It's really unique. There's a certain twist that happens in the game, and like that's when everything's really like, hey, go do this shit. And instead, I was just like, no, I'm gonna fucking chrono trigger this shit and I'm gonna beat the boss. I need to see where this is going. And granted, I probably should go back and do it, but something in me is not compelling me. I am so satiated with the way this ended. And I love the characters enough where it's just like there's something not drawing me back. I don't know if it's just like I just want to get to the next thing. I'm not even gonna say the word bloat because I don't think this game is, but there's something about it where I was
not even slightly.
No, I don't think it is. But there's something about it that was like there's certain games this year that I was just like, oh, I don't want this to end. Whereas this game, I reached a point where I was like, man, I just want this to end. I need to know how it ends.
Yeah.
And it is that Last of Us 2
I had a
like where I'm like, I love this combat. It's phenomenal, but I just don't give a fuck right now. I don't want to fight these motherfuckers anymore. I just want to know what happens. Like
That's
Yeah,
why I
there
think
was
this
a
game benefits from a second playthrough. So I'm sorry, Dennis. Uh, go ahead.
there was a point towards the end of the game where I just moved it to easy, and I was like, I don't care anymore. I just want to finish this
Dude, it
game.
gets really hard at the end. Like it gets really hard.
But that's just it. It only gets really hard if you're main pathing
Yeah,
it because
that's fair.
RPGs are grinding. You have to grind
Yeah.
in RPGs. That's just how that's a part of how the game design works. And if you're exploring things, you're doing the optional content. Not even all of it. Like obviously, you don't have to do all of it because a lot of it's in-game content that you need to go back
Yeah.
to towards the later acts.
But
If you're doing that stuff, the game paces itself so well that you are enjoying the combat. To look, I did what y'all did with my first playthrough. I played the game. I main pathed. I wanted to know how the story ended, and that's a testament to how compelling the
yeah,
narrative is, not a testament to how poor the gameplay is. The narrative is so compelling that I had to just go to Act 3 and find out. I'm taking my time on the second playthrough, doing the optional content, grinding a little bit, playing with the Pictos, playing with the Lumina, uh, figuring out the best builds for my characters, min maxing to a degree, like reapplying different weapons, and the level of intricacy to the way you can just absolutely break this combat wide open is so satisfying. It's so, and then we talk about what you get in the later acts of the game, where you get a particular Picto that can break the damage limit of this game.
oh yeah,
And
that was awesome.
if you're not adequately leveled, you don't really get to see the full ramifications of that. So that you might be breaking 9,999, but there are builds in this game and leveling in this game that gets you into like hundreds of thousands of points of damage at a time. It's unbelievable, and you need it. You need it for some of the
Wow.
in-game optional content.
I think one thing that is
think-
cool is the fact that it does let you decide. It is very like soulsy in the sense where it's like, hey, yeah, don't go in this area, but you can, and you can technically like struggle bust your way through some stuff, because that's what I did.
Sure.
Dude, there's some fights in this game that I spent like an hour and a half on just because I was stubborn and was like, no, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. And like I didn't fuck him up, but eventually I won. But like I will say, like, there's something in this game that pushes you at a sense of urgency in the way that like people meme about like the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like, Link, please come help. I'm getting fucking Ganon over here. He's licking my neck. Please come and save me. And Link's just like, all right, bet. I'm gonna go break these pots for a while. Like this game has like a sense of urgency at that twist point, where it's just like, maybe it is explained better because I didn't do it, and like the side characters will be like, hey, let's do this first. But like the game tells you, yo, we need to go and fuck shit up now. Like you don't need to fuck around. Like it is a little bit weird that like that side content is just like so important, but the narrative is pushing you, driving you forward for narrative reasons along with other reasons. It's just like, I don't know, man. I was so, again, the narrative is awesome and it was pushing me, but there was no part of me that was like, oh, I'm gonna go do this side shit now. And there's no part of me now that I've completed that I'm like, oh, now I got to see what I missed. I don't know. I feel completely satiated. I don't know if I'm gonna give this one a second playthrough until like maybe years down the line.
I mean, that's fair. Look, different strokes, different folks. For lack of a better phrase or terminology, but like, I think this game is unbelievably enhanced by a second playthrough. It's perfectly within y'all's right to choose not to. I don't expect either of you to, but I think you're doing yourself a disservice on what this game actually is if you don't experience it the right way. And that maybe that's a selfish way to enjoy games, or the wrong perspective to have, because games should be like enjoyable from a surface level. You shouldn't have to dig for the enjoyment, maybe. But I think what Sandfall achieved this year, Curly, I mentioned this to you on a car ride home. I don't know if this is ever going to happen again. I don't think we're ever going to see a game get nominated for 12 awards at the Game Awards and win 9 of them. I don't think we're ever going to see an indie studio achieve these heights, at least not for a long time. And the narrative around this game propelled this game into a stratosphere that's going to, like I said, send ripples throughout the gaming industry for years to come. And the story, the music, the combat, the world they built is are all just so gripping and compelling. It is firmly in my top 5, probably my top 3, and we'll see by the end of my second playthrough if it surpasses Rebirth.
Well said. I'm happy it made top 3. I didn't know if it would or not.
Yeah, no, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. Look, there's so many good games that came out this year. We're about to talk about 2 of probably the greatest games of all time, and I'm ecstatic at where it landed on our list.
Can't wait for Expedition 34.
No, 32.
32.
Yeah.
32.
The joke was that someone who hasn't played the game make that.
Oh yeah,
That went over my head.
that's a good point. All right, let's move on to our number 2 game of the year. What's it gonna be, fellas?
I'll never know. Wow.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh man.
I wonder what number 1 is.
There's no telling, dude. I'm gonna cry. Dude, okay, who's got DKB the highest?
I've got it at 2.
I also have it at 2.
It is my number 4
Okay,
game.
Dennis, go ahead and take it away. Set the stage, baby.
Conky Dong Bonanza
Bonanza.
is a great game. Oh my god, he clearly says "Oh banana." Anyway, Donkey Kong Bonanza is a great game. I really had a fun time with it. I liked how it was like surprisingly narrative focused for a Nintendo game, which really surprised me. I liked Pauline a lot in this game. I think Donkey Kong. I think this game really sold me on the Donkey Kong redesign. Once you actually get into it, I think it really works and kind of makes him into a different character, but a great character. I like how Nintendo has clearly started to build a canon with this game, which really surprises me as well. And I love the just as for the game, like the whole destruction system. Like we've never seen like a voxel based destruction system done to this extent in a game ever before. Like you see like the way it's been done in other games before, and I feel like a lot of people have always thought that was the extent of it. That's how it worked. That's what you could do with it. And then you just have Nintendo coming in here and like you have like different materials and they have different material properties. Like mud, you can stick mud on top of each other and it like you can create like shapes out of it basically. Like it's wild. And how like the enemies are actually also made using the voxel system somehow. So like you can like like punch parts off of them and everything. Like it's so wild. And like this is what like this game is so emblematic of what Nintendo brings to the video game space, where it takes these, and this is what Nintendo has always been like like the NES, the Game Boy, they were all old technology. The Game & Watch is just like calculator technology but reframed as a game. They've always taken like old stuff and reframed it and like changed how you think about it. And here's like again, like yeah, we don't have like a lot of games that use this kind of system, but it has been around for a long time. Like I think the first like voxel based geometry game came out on like in like the 90s. But here they've taken this thing that have existed for a long time and they completely changed how we think about it. And I think we're gonna see in the future, we're gonna see games that, like as you were talking about before, like I think this game is going to change games in the future. Where I think this game has opened game designers' minds up to what can be done. Um, so yeah, I think yeah, it's a cool game. It's a good game. It's a great game.
Oof.
It's a great game, actually.
Dude, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Some people say it's a great game.
Yo, Donkey Kong Bonanza it just solidified something that like I've struggled and believed with my entire life. Also, hello, Alex. There listen, y'all know how much of a Mario sicko I am, and like yeah, just a Mario simp, and how much of a Nintendo fan I am. My entire life I've struggled with like man, Mario is my favorite series of all time. And like really deep down inside, I'm like, but I kind of like the Donkey Kong franchise a little more. I kind of like Donkey Kong Country 2 more than I like Super Mario World. I kind of like Donkey Kong 64, not more than Mario 64.
No, don't,
I was just kidding.
no, don't you dare.
Yeah.
But you see where I'm coming from on like, man, like as much as I love Mario, there's something about the Donkey Kong franchise that I fuck with. And I will honestly say I like the Donkey Kong Country Returns more than I like the Mario Galaxy series. Like there's so much of like a
No, I agree with that.
Wow.
I
Wow.
just really fuck with this series, man. And like Donkey Kong Bonanza brought such a new flavor to the franchise. And Dennis, you fucking hit the nail on the head with seeing everything leading up to this game and seeing the internet controversy of like, well, this doesn't make sense because Cranky and this and all this and the lore and the canon, the arcade game. And the entire time I was just like, they don't give a fuck, dude. Who cares? This game's gonna slap, it's gonna rip. And it turns out they gave a lot of fuck. I was wrong, and I'll fucking own that shit because you know what? They fucking earned it, dude. The lore implications that they had to this game answered so many questions and also asked so many questions that I want answered in future fucking series of the games. Like, dude, this is the greatest game Pauline's ever been even almost involved in. Like, Pauline is such a good character. I like my one critique of this game is I wish it leaned just a tiny bit more, just the tiniest bit more into like the Pixar nature of this thing because like they almost get to tears at one point and it doesn't quite get there, but I still get the feels. Like I don't get the tears, but I got the feels. And like that is just the tip of the iceberg again. Like we're just talking about the narrative, we're just talking about the surrounding thing, but this game I honestly think I enjoy better than Mario Odyssey at this point. Like again, I know Switch 1 versus Switch 2, but like there's something that this game delivers that Odyssey just doesn't for me where it's just like the movement is so fast compared to Mario. And you never expect that with Donkey Kong. He's so much slower, but the fact that he's climbing, he's running, it's fucking speeding. The fact that the challenge rooms are just in and out, but then you got to get the bonus shit. Like, dude, this game delivers on so many levels. I love the destruction mechanics. I never would have thought about this for a Donkey Kong game, but it makes so much sense. The control scheme's perfect. I love that, like, it is such a unique flavor for a video game, period. Like Dennis said, no game's ever been quite like as into the destruction in voxels as this. Dude, like it's not even my favorite Donkey Kong game, but that's because my favorite Donkey Kong games are like literally like number one in my top games of all time, maybe. But like, dude, this game like it just rips so hard. I love the soundtrack. I love Pauline. I love Donkey Kong's new design. And again, they sold it with this game. It is way more narrative focused than I ever would have expected, than I ever would have asked for. Like the fact that I'm like at the end of it, I'm like, oh, I wish they went
I
a
could
little
ask
bit
for
harder.
more.
And I'm like, bro, they went so much harder than any other fucking Nintendo game, maybe besides Metroid, as
Yeah.
far as narrative goes. Like, dude, it kicks ass. And like, it's so much fun. the amount of movement opportunity, to see amount of speedrun shit. Like, dude, I express so much love for Mario 64 because of how much expression there is, how much freedom there is in the movement, how much creativity you can involve in it. And this game is that. It literally is that for Donkey Kong. And like the fact that we're getting that in the year of our Lord and Savior 2025. Like, man, I'm blown away. I don't know, man. And again, without getting into spoilers, it is my favorite, absolute favorite Nintendo ending of all time. Like, narrative, gameplay wise. I know we argued about this for an hour and a half on the stream about how it relies on previous prior experience of the series. We're not going to get into that tonight. I think this ending rips either way, but like, it is my favorite. Like, I don't know, man. This game, the fact that like blueprints, again, I could talk for hours on. This game I could do as well. It's just it's an all timer for me, and I'm madly in love with it. I did go back and 100% it. By the way, I did complete it. I never dove into the DLC, but I'm glad that there's still more waiting around the corner. I love it.
I
Well
should
said.
I should note that I don't think Ryan and I were arguing that the ending is bad.
Yeah, no, never said that. That is
No,
never
it was like,
never words that came
we're
out of our
not
mouth.
getting into
I
it.
think it
We're
is
not
one
doing
of
it. But
yeah,
it's
I
like
think it
it's
is one
only
of the
good
best
if you know
endings
who it is.
Nintendo has
No,
ever
it's
made.
not. It's good either way.
But yeah, I want to note you were talking about the move set and everything. I think my biggest gripe with this game is the controls, like the actual mapping of the controls. Like, I don't think it is like, unlike Mario 64 and Mario Odyssey, the controls there make so much sense with how they're laid out that you you get this feeling of like, I want to be there, and then you just get there through, like, it just feels natural, and the controls in Bonanza never felt natural to me.
Yeah, I
There are
will say there
so
was a
many
learning curve for
buttons,
sure.
and
Yeah.
like, I think like, for example, like, there are so many buttons on the controller that represent punching down in different ways. Like, there is the hand slap, there is the, like, pick things up, there is the actual punch down, and what that does is that in your, like, for example, in Odyssey, B is up, X is forward, and CR is down. And every action that Mario does follows those rules. And there are only 3 buttons, and they all represent different directions. And like, whatever you do, it's like, for example, when you do like a dive, it is down and forward. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you're going down and forward. So and here there are multiple buttons that represent down. There are multiple up buttons that represent up, because you have jump and punch upward. You have the punch forward, and then, like, when you're doing the spin on top of the rock, that is also somehow not related to the forward action. Like, it's all of these kind of rules in terms of like directions connected to buttons that break all the time. And that caused me to not be able to really do a lot of tech in this game.
Yeah.
Despite being really good at it in 64 and Odyssey and other platforms.
That's a good point. I will say I guess like it is one of those, like, you played enough, you get used to it. But I 100% agree. Like, the Mario 64 moveset is so much more intuitive control wise, because the Z button is your left hand literally holding down, and like it is a ground pound. So like, I get where you're coming from. I will say, like, I do I appreciate endlessly the button control scheme for punching up, punching down, and just punching are your face buttons up, down, and the one in the middle. Like I do think that is a clever button moveset. However, you do get Banjo Kazooie, which is like, well, what if you hold the trigger and press this button? What if you do this and that? But like, I'm a fucking Banjo Kazooie sicko too, so like, you give me a weird ass moveset with that's cool, like I'll figure it out. But like, I definitely
Press C and
yeah.
C
See
left.
and you do the
It's like, what?
that's the Talon Trot. I know that. That's the Talon Trot. But yeah, Ryan, what do you have to say about it?
So this game came in at number 4 for me. Interestingly enough, this is the only game that I actually 100%ed throughout 2025. And like to my point about Expedition 33, where 100%ing a game or doing the optional content is to the benefit of your playthrough. I actually feel the opposite with DK Bonanza, and I feel like going after everything in this game was actually to my detriment. And if I hadn't, I may have ranked it a little higher, because while I was playing it, I loved my time with it. Obviously, the game's phenomenal. Y'all have touched on basically everything that there is to say about the game. Like Nintendo just knows gameplay. Like, and that's what, like, you were talking about what Nintendo does. Nintendo makes great gameplay and they throw a serviceable story around it. And I will say, look, I agree with you that maybe they leveled up a tad from previous entries with the story here. I still don't think it's a great story by any stretch of the imagination. I do think there were times throughout this game where I felt myself wishing for it to end, and then I got to the ending and I was just like, all right, we're back. Like that finale is an all timer. Points about whatever contrived from DK history where we don't have to get it.
We're not doing it.
We're not doing it. I think the things that held this game back from being higher on my list are the Odyssey comparison. Obviously, I still find that I enjoy Odyssey more. I don't think that Bonanza ever gets to the level of difficulty that I wanted from it. Like, even in the challenge stuff at the end, I never felt like the game was pushing me. Like, I never felt like the game was ever difficult. The madness of just being able to smash my way to a banana and not have to really think about what I'm doing is not my favorite, like, style of gameplay. I just prefer the strategic platforming of a Mario game a little more. But I don't want to spend time on a Game of the Year podcast talking about the negatives of this game. I think this game deserves all the credit it's getting. It's very deserving of its Game of the Year nominations. It absolutely deserves the number 2 spot on our list. The music's incredible. The characters are fun. The game is gorgeous. Maybe not as gorgeous as you would hope. Like, last little critique, like I went back and I just looking at 3D platformers, I went back and played the newest Ratchet and Clank, and I'm just like, how is this still the best looking 3D platformer? Like how have we not surpassed what this looks like? And then I went back and looked at Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was like, I wish this game was just a little bit prettier. But yeah, everything y'all said about this game is true. It's a fantastic game, and I'm happy with its spot on our list.
Hell yeah!
The reason why it isn't prettier is because the entire world is like in every other game, the world is just like baked. Basically, it's baked already. It's there. In this game, everything is just kind of generated, and everything is breakable and all this stuff, and that takes a lot of resources to do.
Yeah, I found the game very beautiful as well. Like, I love the way Donkey Kong looks. I love the art style of the game overall. But like, I will concede with, like, it does get a little bit like messy at times, like with all the crazy destructible stuff. Sometimes it's like, oof, man, this is dirty. Like, this game is kind of dirty looking, but like sometimes you want to get dirty. You know what I mean?
Sure. Also, I will say the biggest thing, I think my favorite thing about this game isn't even in the gameplay. The map for this game is my favorite map in any video game ever. The map is so
it's
good.
So cool for a 3D
and I hope
map.
I hope that we see that in, like,
my
years to come.
one
people just iterating on
my one
this,
critique about the map is like it does that control thing where it's like you load in and the frame rate clearly drops because of the complexity of like, well, what did he destroy? And then the map updates in real time, which is incredibly impressive. And it's awesome.
Unbelievable.
But at the same time, it is a little bit like janky to like navigate through. But like, again, like a couple more iterations of this, and we're talking about, yeah, the best map of all time. It's great.
Yep. All right. Are we ready?
Oh, dude, I'm so ready. Oh, man.
Let's do this.
Let's fucking do it.
And the Famicorp, the Famiriety Show, Famicorp Awards, the fam goes to
Pokemon Legends CA.
Dude, there she is.
Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Oh, man.
And there's Hornet. There's the one. There's our game of the year. Deservedly so. Who wants to take the floor first? We got a lot to say.
Dennis, take it.
As the only one who didn't finish this game, but still have it at number 3.
Shameful.
I really enjoyed this game, but like I am someone who is very different from most people who like Hollow Knight, which is like I don't really. I think the combat is fun sometimes and engaging, but I am really into both Hollow Knight games for the exploration. I think it nails the exploration element better than any Metroidvania game. And for me, like what happens a lot is that I'm like exploring, running around, like figuring out like, oh, how does this connect to here and all that? How do I get over here? And then you run into a huge brick wall of an enemy that you have to spend an hour or two trying to beat.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And sometimes that's nice, and sometimes I just want to keep moving. And like this is a game where I would have finished it if there was an easy mode. I would have switched, you know, at some point towards like basically where I am now. Because I want to finish this game. I want to watch Mossbag's video.
It's a really good video, by the way. It's so good.
And like with Expedition 33, when I felt like I don't really want to deal with this anymore, I went to EC and I was able to finish the game. I wish I would have been able to do the same thing here, because I feel like at this point I've had my fill of this combat system. I really enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it anymore. It is too difficult, and I just want to finish the game. But the time that I did spend with the game, I really enjoyed.
Well said.
Well said. Number 3,
you want to
right?
go next, or you want to say
Yeah.
Okay. It's up to you. Do you want to go next, or you want me to go?
I feel like you probably have the most to say about this, so I'll go next if you don't mind.
Sure.
This game was number 2 with a bullet. I think there's a big there's a big space between my number 2 and my number 3 in terms of my lists. Wait, no, number 3. This game was my number 3. I sorry, I misspoke. Blueprints was my number 2. Silk Song is my number 3, and I think my top 3 are separated from the rest of my list. This game, I played so many games throughout the year where I thought, is this my game of the year? I thought it with DK, I thought it with Blueprints, I thought it with Expedition, and I thought it with Hollow Knight. And I've said this about every game on this list. I can't say enough good things about it. Like the narrative, the music, the world, the absolute gorgeous backgrounds in this game. Character art, maybe not as beautiful on some of these character models. That I'm just here to say, like, if you really look at some of these enemy models, sometimes that line art is a little jarring compared to everything else. And maybe that's by design. Maybe that I'm just a dummy, but like it's really jarring sometimes to look at the character models and then look at the background art. Anyway, I'm ranting. What this game does for a 2D platform, it's the best feeling 2D platform I've ever played in my life. It's the best Metroidvania I've ever played in my life. It's and there's a lot of like apparently there's some controversy on whether it's a true Metroidvania or not. I don't really know enough
What?
to
Huh?
to argue that point or not.
If this is not a Metroidvania, then nothing is a
I will
Metroidvania.
die right now if it's not.
I think the idea to combine Metroidvania exploration with Souls-like combat is such a genius. Like, that's a genius. I'm coming into
Yeah.
this not having played Hollow Knight until 2 weeks before this game came out. Call me a poser, call me what you want. Like, I love this game. I love the original Hollow Knight, but this game blows the original Hollow Knight out of the water, like from mechanically. Like, it's not even close. And I didn't think they could do it. In the limited time that I had to think about, could Silk Song be better than the original Hollow Knight? Like it, I don't think twice about it. This game feels so much better to control than the original Hollow Knight. The combat is so like the nuances that you can get into with your builds with Silk Song. You got to look for it too, because they don't just hand you the different builds. You actually have to like try it, because you get so far into the game before you're even able to like do the build, like the different builds, and that they're almost not even viable. But when you actually take the time to feel them out, and there's so much creativity with your play style in this game. The bosses are unbelievably fun. But even when I'm getting my teeth kicked in for the 19th 20th time, I can't say enough good things about the music. It's my second favorite soundtrack of the year. It's still not close, but it I think where it fails short for me, behind Blueprints, behind Expedition 33, is the how obtuse it is to actually finish the game. I think that it's really cool. It's awesome if you're the type of person that wants to see that through. I think that it is a little but not ham-fisted. That's not the word. I just think it's a little much. Like I feel like people should be able to get the full experience without searching the internet or without getting help from a chat, or like just banging their head against the wall that is trying to get whatever secret ending you need to unlock whatever it is you need to unlock. It there's too much of that, and I think that is, while a it's an amazing thing, it's also just slightly to the game's detriment in my opinion. And I think that's the only thing that holds it back for me. uh, I think the characters are wonderful. I think the the way they develop and make you care about characters in this world and these little bugs are just so unbelievably wonderful. The journey that you go on with Hornet, the journey that you experience with Lace, and with other characters in the game. I don't want to delve into spoilers, but I just there's stories that'll stay with me for the rest of my life.
Masanada.
Yeah. Fucking very well said, man. Oh, this is gonna be long-winded. Dude. Hollow Knight Silk Song, game of the year. And I 100% agree with that. That was my number one. That was my game of the year. It might be my game of the decade. It might be my favorite game. I legitimately, after coming off of it, still don't know where I stand on Curly's pantheon of where Hollow Knight Silk Song falls. Like, it might surpass Celeste for me, like, which was notoriously like the one indie game that stood up to shit. Do I like this game more than I like fucking Mario 64? Do I like this game more than I like Donkey Kong Country? Do I like it more than Last of Us 2? I don't know. Like, I need some time to process Hollow Knight Silk Song. I know one fucking thing. I love it more than Hollow Knight, which was a journey. Like, Hollow Knight is a game that like took me a few tries to really like fall in love with. And when I say like fall in love, like this is like I fell head over heels with this game. Like, Hollow Knight was a transformative experience when I finally gave it its due. And I think Hollow Knight is very unique in that way, where it's not an easy game to get into. Like, it is very it asks a lot of the player. Like, it starts you off in this random, crazy, awesome art style world where you have to buy a map and you have to buy the pins and you have to figure out how the map system works. And it's really unique to itself. But like, once you kind of get what it's asking, and you give it back to the game, like it's so rewarding. It's one of them just like greatest video games of all time. Like just hard stop. The original Hollow Knight is just that. And then once I finally gave it its due, I played it live for you guys on the channel after getting really into it on my own off stream and like just falling head over heels with it. Like as like, man, is that my favorite game? I don't fucking know. But like struggling through just even like I went so hardcore into Hollow Knight 1 that I completed the platinum trophy, which is completing the Pantheon of the Hallownest, which is like one of the most like difficult gaming things I've ever done. It asks so much. You literally have to do a boss rush with all the bosses, but not just all the bosses, new bosses, and not just all the bosses, but the hard modes of it. Like I was such a fucking Hollow Knight sicko by the end of it. The Path of Pain was nothing. Like I finished that in less than half a stream. Like I was so cracked on it, and then it's just like that was one of the most satisfying experiences of all time. Can't wait for this fucking Silksong game and like years and years and years and waiting. The intensity builds when it finally releases. It is just begging for the question of like, is this shit going to live up? And like, it doesn't. Literally, you said it, Ryan. In every single facet, the music is better, the combat's better, the movement's better, the characters are better, the dialogue's better, the story, in my opinion, is better. The boss design's better. I don't know what you're talking about. The line art. You're a dum dum. Yes, you brought it up. You're a dum dum. The game is literally like
I'm just saying, go look at it. Go look at some of these enemy characters, man. Some of that line art is a little janky. Is all I'm saying. Maybe it's on purpose.
Bro,
Maybe
like,
that's the style that they're going for. But like
the animation and the art design of this game is it. There's nothing better in this world to me than that. And I can understand that that's like a taste, that's a preference thing. But like this Hollow Knight Silksong is my perfect video game. Like there's nothing about this game that I want changed. There's literally nothing. And I complained about the currency. And then you get further in the game, it's like, no, this currency makes complete sense for the world they built around.
Why do they have to bounce though? Why do they have to bounce, Curly?
Dude,
I hate it. I
but
hate
part of
it
the
so
game
much.
is about the struggle for like currency. It's about capitalism.
No.
It's literally like it's all baked into the narrative.
No.
Dude, there's so many layers to this game. It is. I said Blueprints is an onion game. This is a fucking Outback Steakhouse blooming onion game. Like it is so delicious. And like, yeah, again, the point that you brought up of like, man, the end game not getting it to it until you do this and that. But like, even that is part of the narrative. Like, even that is so rewarding. We literally had a discussion on this podcast about like, man, Mario Kart World, I wish it just rewarded the player for doing A and B. And this game gives you literally the best reward for completing the game by giving you
No,
the best
you're right.
part
That's
of
a
the
good
game.
point. That's a great point.
Like the best part of the game is
That's a
the
great
end game
point.
for me. And granted, again, that might be specific to me because as Dennis's point, this game is difficult. But like again, this game is Curly's fucking perfect game because it is an exact sequel to Hollow Knight. And in that, there are some like detriments to casual audience. This game is not made for somebody that's not fucked around with Hollow Knight and found out. Like this game takes what that did and just like, yo, you played that? Check this shit out, dog, because this shit's about to kick your dick off. And it did, dude. My dick's flying through the fucking stratosphere still. I fucking love this game so much, dude. This game kicked my ass. I did the Pantheon and it kicked my dick's still flying, Ryan. It's out there in outer fucking space. Fucking woo, woo, woo. All fucking 19 inches of fury, dude. Flipping through space. This game is awesome as a sequel, man. This game does not give a fuck. Like it is Team Cherry fucking 3 people and maybe some contractors or whatever the fuck that said, yo, we are the best fucking studio in the world. We're not gonna grow. Fuck that. We're gonna take our time on this shit and we're gonna kick Curly's dick off. And they did, dude. Oh my god. This is a game like I could have an entire series of podcasts. Hello.
You talk a lot about your dick.
I'm sorry, my and I had to comment about my dick.
I need us to like. We're up here. Let's bring it a little
I'm
bit.
sorry, I'm gonna bring it down a bit. I'm freaking out because dude, I love this game so much. But like going back to your point of like,
You're just queuing up Curly's second apology post.
dude, the narrative part of like, yo, the end game you have to do all this shit. But like, dude, that makes sense with what happens because spoilers, 3
But
seconds.
there's so many people that aren't going to see it because
but like
of that.
those people were not the Hornet character that went out of their way to help this people. That's the whole point of the game is like you get the ending again, spoilers. The ending that you get by not doing everything is Hornet going in and replacing grandmother Silk. But like if you actually care for the people and you help them in every way, that's literally why the story unfolds the way that it does. That's why you get the end game this way. That's why this narrative path unfolds the way it does. And it's just so fucking clever. Like the fact that like again, like I played this game where I was like, I'm not leaving this area till I'm done. Oh shit, I need this power up. I guess I'll come back here. Like I didn't even think about that aspect because I wanted to complete everything. But again, I understand where you're coming from, but to my argument, like that is your Hornet. If you don't decide to do that, that is where the story ends. But like, I think it's fucking genius that we're like, yo, if your Hornet wants to go out and be like, yo, I need to help these people. I need to help this world. This is my mission. I'm going to help every little bug, no matter how important or not important. That is my job. And that is why she gets the offer from the fucking Citadel guy to be like, yo, I see that you actually give a fuck. Let's trap this bitch and end this shit the right way. And that's fucking genius, dude. I don't know, man. Exactly. Diego in the chat said Team Cherry made this game specifically to do that to Curly. This game is made for me in every single way, dude. And I'm sorry for being so long-winded about this and so excited, but like it might be my favorite game.
Apparently not as long as your day.
Dude, I with like a year
19 inches
with
is
a
crazy,
fucking
man.
new
Like-
Donkey Kong 3D game that rips ass. If this game still surpasses it, like, man, I don't know what else to say besides this is it. I mean, this is my game of the year. This might be again my game of the decade. I fucking adore it, and I would be happy to talk about this at another date, but I'm gonna let you have the floor again. I love it. And I love you. And thanks for making number one.
Yeah, I think all three of our top three are games that deserve a spoiler cast of some kind
Yeah.
on our channel at some point. I don't know if we'll ever get to it. We still haven't done Last of Us 2 and probably never will. But
We'll do it after that one.
We have to do that.
What is the 10-year anniversary for
yeah,
Last of Us 2? We'll put it on the calendar.
2029.
Oh fuck.
That's a
Oh
realistic
man,
date.
that's
No,
real.
let's
That's
not.
too real.
No, that's too soon. They're too far away.
That's too soon, but too
By the way,
I
DLC coming out for
meant to say
Silk
far
Song.
away.
Bro, it's about to be game of the year again. I'm just saying, y'all. God damn, I can't fucking wait. Oh,
Wait, which year did Last of Us Part 2 come out? 2020?
2019.
yeah.
29? No, wasn't it
I
2020?
think it was 2020.
Was it 2020? I thought 2020 was the year of the PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, The Last of Us Part 2 did come out the year
Part 2
before
was
PS5.
PS4.
But like, because PS5 released early in the next year, I think.
Yeah, because Tsushima
Tsushima
was 2019, and those
Last
came out
of
the
Us
same year.
Yeah. Oh my God, Hollow Knight.
I do think that there are
No, it did
a
come
lot
out
of other
2020.
years.
June 19th, 2020.
Shit.
Huh? So did the PS5 release 2021?
No, the
Or did it-
PS5
was
came
that
out
like-
in November
Oh, that's
2020.
right.
Oh,
Last of Us 2 is the last game to come out on the PS5. I forgot. My bad. That's
Ghost of
Sorry
Tsushima
about
was the
that.
last one.
I thought the PS5 came out early in the year.
Okay.
I was completely fucked. Also, dude, I'm so sorry. This game being $20, like, come on, God damn it, why? God damn it,
Yeah.
$20.
$20 is crazy.
Oh,
And it's on Game Pass.
on Game Pass, the DLC being free. Team Cherry is just, dude, come on, unbelievable.
Bro's got rich
No,
already.
I agree. They perfectly deserved of our game of the year.
Fucking cherry tinted glasses, you damn right.
Unbelievable game. Dennis got to finish it so we can do a spoiler cast because I think it absolutely deserves
Yeah,
it.
I think I'm probably just gonna watch the
bro, just
because at this point, it's been months since I played it.
Yeah, you gotta
Like,
get your
I'm
shots
not-
back. That's gonna.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
I think I'm just gonna like watch the things that
Yeah.
parts. I don't think I have that much left either.
Also,
It's probably just a lot of really hard bosses left.
Again, the customization is crazy. The amount of tools, and again, it has that soul style where I'm not gonna summon anything. It's the same exact concept here, where it's like I'm not gonna use the tools. I can do this with my arsenal, with the original crest. God, I want to replay this game.
You didn't
so
wait.
bad.
You didn't use the tools?
Not on the major bosses, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
I fucking abuse the tools.
The tools
man.
are so fun.
Well, they're awesome.
I think
use
you're-
the tools mainly for
it's
crowd
different.
control. Yeah.
I think it's different than Souls, because summons don't really add anything to the fun of the gameplay. They just kind of make it a little
Yeah.
easier. Whereas these tools make the gameplay so much more
Well, yeah,
fun.
I did use the tools for
You're like Batman.
some stuff. Like if it was crowd control, if it was the first time I encountered a boss, I'd be like, I don't know what's happening. I'll throw some shit out. But it was like Carmelita and Lost Lace. I was like, I can do this. I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I fucking needed it, but I stuck it through, man. Oh man, bring us home
all right.
to the
Well,
next. Let's.
Yeah, that is our top 5 of the year. Let's
Good job,
recap.
babies.
Point
Wow.
breakdown. Starting from the bottom up at number 10, we had Dispatch with 6 points.
Dude, this is so close. Holy shit.
Now, we did have a tie, but because South of Midnight had 2 people vote for it, I put it above Dispatch, tying it for 6 points. Hades 2, 7 points. The only person that had that on their list was Curly.
Wild.
Unfortunately, that is a missing game.
That was my number 2, or no, number 3, 4. I don't even remember. It was high up there.
No, that's your number 3.
Okay.
No, number 4.
Yeah, Blueprints was 3.
Metroid Prime 4 is one of only 5 games to appear on all 3 of our lists, I think. But it's pretty low on all of our lists. I think both of you had it at 6. And
I have it at
10.
8.
Oh, you have it 8. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it deserves to be on this list, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the problem about it is we're not a true outlet for this. We have limited funds to play games, and just so happen to be a game that we all spent money
I did
on.
have it at number 6, but with a caveat of what I played of it, I've enjoyed at that level. I haven't completed it, and this was what I meant at the caveat at the beginning. I haven't played Dispatch, but I'm almost confident that my list would be different if I did. So
I'm only about halfway through Dispatch, but it's good enough to know it halfway through that it'd probably be higher on my list if I was done with it.
My list is 10 games, and it's literally the only 10 new games that I've played this year.
Interesting caveat that you pointed out, because as we get to our next game, number 6, Assassin's Creed Shadows, no spoilers here, but you will notice that it has a full 10 points, and it did not appear on either me or Curly's lists. So this is going to be very interesting in just a second.
Oh shit!
Whoa! Number 5, Mario Kart World with 13 points, Blueprints with 17, Expedition 33 with 22, TK Bonanza and Silk Song 25 and 26. If I had put TK Bonanza one spot higher, we would have had a 2-way tie for the number 1 spot. So very interesting. Great top 5. The top 10, little suspect because we didn't all play certain games. But
that's how it shakes out.
That 6 through 10, it looks real bad.
Look, our corporate
6 through 10
family
looks...
is tight knit again. So if this is how it shakes, that's our games,
Yep.
Yeah. For me, this year, or do we want to get into the individual lists now?
Yeah, I've got you here. You're going to be first up because this is very interesting, and you've got some explaining to do.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my list.
Wow.
Kirby Air Riders is only on this list because I have literally not played any other game this year. A lot of the games that I played this year were old games. I show this thing all the time, but I played this a lot, and this is all old games.
Every episode.
This is all old games. The last couple of months, I've basically only played Resident Evil games. I played Resi 5, Resi 6. I started playing PS1 Resident Evil 2.
Oh wow.
Actually, the GameCube version, but they did a. Did you guys know that they ported the PS1 versions of RE2 and 3 to GameCube?
I thought it was only RE1 that they remade.
Wow. Yeah.
They didn't remake them;
ported.
they just ported them.
Oh no, I didn't,
know that. That's awesome.
I
knew
had
that
no
it was
idea.
on 64 because that's what I played RE2 on, and man, that was wrong.
Yeah, like Game Grumps just started playing old school RE2, and I was watching it, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I could
Dude,
play
it's
this
fun
because
The controls aside is fun.
I've always like I tried
I
to
like take
play
controls.
when I first started getting into Resident Evil. I tried to play RE Remake, the PS4 version, like the PS4 remaster, and I just couldn't get into it. Like I just did not like it at all. So I've kind of not been very interested in the old school like fixed camera games. But yeah, after like at this point I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. So I figured out which was the best version, which was the GameCube version. So I got the GameCube version, and I actually really enjoyed it. I did not expect to enjoy that. So I'm playing RE Remake right now, the GameCube version. I'm not enjoying it as much as RE2 actually, but yeah. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of old games basically this year, and I played a lot of remasters. Like I played DK. Like the first game I played this year, or at 2025, was Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Interestingly enough, not on your list.
Because it's not a new game.
It released this year.
Yeah, I don't count that. I only count.
It may or may not be on my
new
list.
games.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That's quite interesting. It's very interesting.
I only count new games. Actual.
See that, and that was good. That's to another point that I was going to make. Chibi Robo is technically an eligible game for your list, and it is nowhere to be found.
It has to be more than a port. Like, that was my one caveat.
I mean, it was released and playable on the Switch 2 this year. I think it counts.
Anyway, let's get back to the list. So Kirby Air Riders is on the list. To be completely honest, I probably wouldn't have bought this game. I do like it. I do like it, but I don't think I $70 like it. And like I think there's something like there's a lot of things to like about the game, but the game speeds you up so much when you go over like boost pads and you do what you're supposed to do, that when you drive at normal speed, it feels wrong. Like basically, like I think there's a speedometer in the game, and I put it to kilometers per hour, so you guys might not understand this, but I think like the base speed is about
hemisphere over here.
The base speed is like about 35 kilometers per hour, and when you get a boost, you go up to 200 kilometers per hour. Like this is an order of magnitude faster when you boost, and like it makes it just feel slow all the time, and it just doesn't feel good. Like when you boost in Mario Kart, for instance, like you go faster, but you're still going relatively fast when you're moving normally. And it's not the same in Kirby. And I get that like you're supposed to keep kind of comboing shit to keep going faster, but it's kind of a lot of effort that I don't really feel like putting into it. So I why did you write Haste Broken Worlds 2?
Might just be a typo.
Yeah, there's just one game. Anyway.
It's just supposed to be 2 points. I think I typed 2 a second time.
I thought it was just a game I've never heard of.
It is a game I've never heard of.
So I think you guys would really like Haste. It is a game about running real fast.
A Sonic-like, okay.
Okay.
But it's way better. Like Sonic games are games that are supposed to be about running real fast, but instead they're about other things because Sonic Team doesn't actually want to make Sonic games. Haste is the kind of game that Sonic would be if the team at Sonic Team actually went
know what
to
game
the
this
logical
is. Yeah.
conclusion of what Sonic is.
Yeah.
And the game feels so
Yeah.
incredibly good to run in. Like, and the reason why it is lower on this list is because one, I played so much of the demo that I got kind of a little bit tired of it once at the end the game actually came out. The other thing is I don't really vibe so much with the structure of the game. So as much as like the core gameplay of it. But I'm definitely gonna play more of it in the future. But I can 100% recommend this game. The sensation of running in this game is like nothing. Like, you may think about like running fast in Sonic games, but it's nothing like that. Like, this actually feels good. It doesn't feel like, for example, if you're thinking about like the boost Sonic games, like Colors, Unleashed, Generations, when you're running fast, it kind of feels cheap because the game is just kind of boosting you up to
Yeah.
a speed, and then when that section is over, then you have like this really awkward platforming section where it's like a lot of moving platforms where you just get to stand still for an extended period of time to wait for like the level design in Sonic games is just actually horrendous a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic Team just likes to play Crush 40. It's a big absolute
Yeah.
bang. Like,
Yo,
yeah,
it's
like
good.
Sonic. Yeah, like, I mean, like I haven't played what's the newest one, Sonic Frontiers. But I mean, if you watch like the first boss battle in that game, my God, is it fucking sick? It is so epic, the
Yeah, no,
music and
dude.
everything. But
Frontiers is crazy because, like, uh, I'll be honest, like, I love all Sonic games because I'm just stupid. But like, once they introduced like the boost mechanic play style, I was like, I miss the Adventure 2 style. The homing attack was way better. And like, it is so much rinse repeat with those boost mechanic levels because, like, again, the level design is like going fast. This is fun, but it's mostly just controlling itself. Then you get to a stopping point. It's like, well, run over this robot and duck under this thing. Did the same thing over and over and over and over. But like,
yeah,
Frontiers,
and like the reason why they're doing a lot of that stuff is because they have to slow you down,
yeah,
because actually making those sections where you run fast is really expensive.
yeah.
But that's where haste fixes that problem, because haste is a procedurally generated roguelike. So like, you're running along these just like generated like paths basically, and it just feels really good. Like, this is gonna be a wild combination, but haste is what you would get if you took Sonic and the Tiny Wings and put it in the same game. If you all
Sonic with some
remember
tiny
Tiny
wings.
Wings, which is Tiny Wings is like this old ass mobile game where you play as a bird, and you like, the whole point of it is you're supposed to land in the curvature of the hill and then go back up again. I don't know. It was this old mobile game.
Huh.
It's kind of the same principle here, where the ground has all this kind of curvature to it, and you're supposed to land on the uh um decline. Is that a word? Decline?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like kind of land perfectly at a perfect angle like that, and then kind of then you get like a perfect landing, you get speed, and then you gain speed as you're running down, and then you kind of jump up and avoid things and all that. And the movement is so perfect in the game. It's wild. Anyway, Metroid Prime 4. This I hate being negative about this game because I think people are hating on it too much. But at the same time, I do think it is disappointing. Um I don't think the whole Soul Valley and the motorbike is as bad as people say it is, but at the same time, it's also not really that interesting. And I also stand entirely by the fact that it is the exact same as Hyrule Field in Ocarina of Time. Now, after I've actually played it, like it is just straight up the same thing.
So what you're saying is Ocarina of Time's open world's not that bad.
No,
I
the
mean,
desert
sure.
sucks. The desert
sucks, but the Hyrule Field also
I mean,
sucks.
you just
is what I'm
said
saying.
like, oh, people are hating on this too
In
much. It's not that
Ocarina of
bad,
Time.
you know.
There's nothing to do in the open world of Ocarina of Time. You're just going between these areas. It's
You
anyway.
didn't play the game.
Um,
Dennis,
um,
Dennis, I'm gonna need you to fast track us because I gotta hear about Shadows. I gotta.
yeah. I'm gonna fast track. But yeah, my biggest issue. I have two issues.
I mean, if y'all, we could
with-
also do a whole episode about our top 10s individually like this. Like,
no, I'm gonna fast. I'm gonna
No, we're
fast
good.
track. My two biggest issues with Prime 4 is one, the fact that Samus doesn't talk in this game, and I fucking hate it so
It's
much.
dumb.
Like
It's a dumb
I-
choice.
the way I feel about this game in comparison to the other Prime games is that Prime 1 I think is really good. Prime 3 I think is really good. And Prime 2 is also really good, but I hate the Dark World in Prime 2, which means that kind of pulls it down. And the thing with Prime 4 is that it's also really good, but there are so many of the things that I hate in this game that brings it down. Like, I think otherwise the game is on par with the others, I think, in terms like when you actually get to the prime parts of this game, it's great,
kick-ass,
you know.
yeah.
But there are so many like weird things. And the other one is the ending, which I think is it's an absolute insane ending that kind of pissed me off. Anyway. Pokemon Legends CA. This is a game that a lot of people are hating on that I genuinely like a lot. And I've talked about it on the show before, so I'm not going to get into it too much. But I think it's way better than people give it credit for. 6 is Mario Kart World. We talked about that before. 5, Expedition 33. Talked about that already. 4, Death Stranding 2. I was kind of going back and forth between if I was going to put Death Stranding 2 or Expedition 33 above each other. And I ended up doing Death Stranding 2, even though I thought Death Stranding 2 was like a little bit more of the same kind of thing. I love Death Stranding so much that like
more of the same
that's
is good
great.
if it's that damn good.
You know, and they do improve the game in a lot of key areas. And I thought the story was pretty good. It was kind of predictable. Like one of the big twists in this game, I figured out from like the first trailer. And I think I've pitched it before. I'm not gonna talk about it now, but like I was like pretty sure about it and I was correct. So that was a little bit disappointing, but
I'll say Death Stranding 2 is one of those caveats where I'm like, I'm sure if I played it, it probably would have made my list, but like I just didn't.
Same.
Because I never finished Death Stranding 1. It's like just one of those backlog games I want to get to.
There's a few of these that are going to show up where I just feel like if more of us had played these games, Mario Kart's probably not making top 10. Blueprints maybe not making top. Not top 10. Top 5. Blueprints probably not making top 5. Where these games would have just been higher, unless of course, we're throwing in that Dennis would have played Blueprints at that point.
But yeah, I really like this trend too. So yeah, and then Silk Song and Donkey Kong Bonanza, I talked about those already. So Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Number 1. Wow.
Yeah. I
wild.
was making this list, I should note that I don't feel really that strongly about any of the games on the list. I don't really feel like any of them, like for example, like what was it, like 2023, then it was like Alan Wake 2 was so solidly my game of the year. That it was like that. This is it. This is the game. Despite the fact that Resident Evil 4 remake, Dead Space remake, Pikmin 4, and Tears of the
Tears of the
Kingdom came
Kingdom,
out
yeah.
that year.
And Baldur's Gate 3, which you didn't play.
Yeah. But yeah, this year I was like, I didn't feel really that strongly about any of them. And I was kind of just thinking back and like, I spent a lot of time in Assassin's Creed. I think I have over 100 hours in that.
Damn.
And I really enjoyed my time in that game. And I think the game does a lot of really interesting things from a design perspective, where it's like a lot of people talk about the Ubisoft formula of open world games, and because of how everyone else have copied it. But I think what people have not realized is that while everyone was copying the formula from like Far Cry 3, Ubisoft kept developing the formula. And Shadows is really interesting, where it's like they've fixed a lot of the issues with the Ubisoft formula, where it's just like a bunch of stuff on the map, and you just go there, thing happens. You just go to the next point, thing happens. Here it's like you get you get like pieces of information, you get evidence, you get stuff, or like someone said that this person is over here in this area, and then you actually have to go to that area and find them. And I love that. Like, that's actually bringing the game back into the game, and not just like, here they are, go here. It's like you actually have to think about like, okay, like there is this one point where you have to find like a chef, and then you're like, okay, so he's a chef, so he would probably he's in a restaurant, so I should probably look in like the commercial area. So you go in there, and then you go there, and then you look around, and you try to find like, oh, where is there like a restaurant? Oh, this looks like a restaurant. Then you go in, and there he is. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's just really cool. Like, games aren't designed this way anymore, where you actually have to think about it. And I thought that was really, really cool. And I really like the story. I really liked both Naoe and Yasuke. I like Naoe more. But I think they do a lot of interesting things with Yasuke, and like how he is seen by like the Japanese people and stuff like that. I think it's really cool.
He's not an actual samurai. He's not historically. He's not an actual samurai.
I hate people. Yeah, I fucking hate him.
I mean,
I hate people so much.
Leonardo da Vinci also didn't make a functional flying machine.
Dude, you're all so stupid. You're all so stupid.
You dumbasses. Assassin's Creed has always been a blind spot for me in gaming. They've always seemed kind of like my jam, but like for whatever reason, I've just never played a single one, even though I own a couple, namely like the newer ones, because like they were free on either Epic Game Store or whatever. Man, this one was really enticing because like the samurai setting is absolutely my jam, and then like the cool season changings looks awesome. This is one like I wish I just made time for and just kind of fucked up and didn't. Your recommendation being number one this year kind of incentivizes me a little bit more, but like I don't know, man. I don't know. That's very interesting to be a number one. I had no idea.
I never would have imagined this would be your number one. I thought it was gonna be Bonanza with a bullet.
Yeah.
When I saw AC shot, I had to double take. I was like, there's no shot.
Like other things that are really cool in this game, like this game uses ray tracing like for real, to the point where you can like destroy light sources and hide in the shadows.
The Assassin's Creed shadows.
That's really
like
cool.
Yeah, exactly. The Assassin's Creed shadows. Like they actually made ray tracing into a game mechanic. So yeah, I don't know. I think this game is really cool, and the culture war fucking killed it.
Yeah, stupid. All right.
All right. Good list.
Mhm.
Interesting list. Very, very nice list you got there, Mr. Dennis. Let's move on to Mr. Curley.
Yeah. Obviously, we talked about a good bit of these games, but I'll just kind of briefly run through my last minute revise game that I sent to Ryan. Was like, yo, can you actually put Sonic Racing Cross Worlds at number 10? Because like this year is great for kart racing games, and like I know Dennis, you were like kind of down on this because of the crossover stuff, but like that stuff aside, well, I disagree and think that shit is awesome. I've had so much fun with Sonic Racing. I probably had as much fun with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds as I did with Mario Kart World. And granted, I'm not a crazy person. The Mario Kart World is a better made game. But what Sonic Racing does is pretty interesting on the kart racing genre. In the fact that like um one thing that it does is it incentivizes like unlocking vehicles in a more interesting way, I think, because like the unlockables in Mario Kart World just didn't really do it for me. The eating stuff to unlock costumes and like just randomly getting stickers and shit didn't really drive me. Sonic Racing Crossroads has a cool system where it's multiplayer focused, like local multiplayer focused, where it's like, hey, you go to this race park and you have a rival team and your team is up against theirs and you can challenge them in a bunch of different stuff like, hey, what team gets the most rings, what team hits people with the most items, shit like that. But like I find that to be way more engaging than like some of the stuff that Mario Kart World has to offer. And also, one thing that the Mario Kart series has never delivered for me are teams. Like teams in Mario Kart just never mean anything to me because it is just random pandemonium. Sonic racing games make it a point to make the teams actually feel cohesive, like they're working together at a.
Double Dash did that.
I don't know about the local multiplayer for Double Dash. I could be misspeaking, but oh well, you're right because they're both on the same vehicle. But yeah, which is pretty
Right.
smart. But like these are
And they had specific items per
yeah,
team.
but in this case, you're individual carts doing the same race. But like, let's say, like, because again, I've had the most fun of this because I'm playing with my kids. Namely, Ace is super fucking into this game right now, and he's usually hanging around the 12th to 6th place. But like, dude, it's like, bro, that's fine. Get as many fucking rings as you can, and like the amount of times where like I slip up and get third place, but it's like we get that extra 10 points because he got more rings. It's just like a holy shit moment. That fucking hype. Like, even though you're, not the best racer, you stuck it out and had a thing. Like, I don't get that moment in Mario Kart World necessarily. Granted, again, not a better game. Number 9, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Won't beat this fucking to death because it's a fucking Donkey Kong Country game. Surprise, surprise, it's going to make my list. I only counted it because it did have a release this year as a remake. And quite frankly, like I'm with Dennis where I didn't necessarily hit 10 games that I'm like, these are locks. I wish I would have made it to Dispatch. That probably would have replaced that. Um, Originally I had Mario Galaxy, but like in the end, I was like, they didn't really bring anything new to the table there besides maybe widescreen. That's not enough for me. Donkey Kong Country Returns is one of the greatest video games. I love it now that we don't have to fucking waggle the Wiimote. It's amazing. I already talked about Mario Kart World. Number 7, The South of Midnight, which I think is overhated. A lot of people are like, "Oh, but the combat sucks." I thought the combat was really engaging and fun. Like, granted, it's not
Can't
the best combat system,
can
but like, sorry, go ahead.
can't possibly think of why people hate this game.
Wait, what do you mean?
Couldn't think of
Well,
anything.
this is another culture war
Oh, dude.
situation.
Oh my god. The culture of this game fucking kicks ass. Like
It's so
we don't
good.
get like
It's
deep
so
south
good.
lore. Like this is real like folklore come to life. The art style, this like almost like Spider-Verse frame rate thing that they do, it's so sick, like
Yep.
presentation wise. But like people bitch about the combat being repetitive. I'm like, dude, this is a run-of-the-mill action game. And it like there's really not that like much combat. Like you go to an area and you got like a few
You can turn it
encounters.
off. You
Yeah,
can
like
you can turn combat completely off, which is
Dude,
awesome.
the story, the setting, everything around it is fucking dope, man. I loved it. I haven't completed it, so again, that might have been higher up if I completed it. That it is just too many games come out this year. Metroid Prime 4, agree with everything Dennis said. I think the desert part's overhated. I will say, in the same way that Expedition 33 made me feel like, dude, I miss this kind of game. Dude, Metroid Prime 4 brings back that like classic Metroidvania slash Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time gameplay style where it's like you get the new thing, you get to the dungeon, you use the thing for the dungeon. I love that fucking gameplay loop. I think that's like a gameplay style that I'm missing, and I'm really enjoying it. Haven't completed it, so I can't speak to the bad ending. It is super awkward when Samus is just like staring off and ignoring the man that clearly is waiting for a response. It's awkward and it's like uncomfortably quiet. And Dennis, you brought it up in our Discord, but it comes off as like straight up disrespectful. Like Samus is like, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You think I'm gonna give you a response?" Like it's just weird. It's all around weird. Hades 2, this one is the one game that I wish I spent more time with, honestly, because like as much as I love Blueprints, I could see myself 40 to 50 more hours in the Hades 2 and being like, this is number 3. Maybe even number 2. I don't know. Dude, I fuck with Hades so hard. I think Hades 2 is that Silk Song level up where it's just like, dude, it's kind of delivering a little bit more almost at every level. It's just, man, I just didn't get to enough time on this game, but I enjoyed it well enough to put it at my number 4. Like I think this game is fucking masterclass on roguelike. We already talked about Expedition. I skipped that. And Blueprints, DK Bonanza, Silk Song. Yeah, dude, what a fucking year.
Great list. Great list.
By the way,
Right.
speaking of Metroid, have you guys
Yo,
seen my
nice.
shirt yet?
Hell yeah. Dope.
Nice. All right. And finally, my list. So number 10, I have Metroid Prime a lot lower than you guys. Still, like maybe I don't know where I'm at, and I've got 2 of the keys and on my way to a third one. It's just not gripping me. It's just it. I think honestly, it was expectation mixed with the weight, mixed with how high I felt on the original Metroid Prime when I played the remaster, and how I don't know. It just came out in a point where I just wasn't gripped by it. I don't like the desert section. I really don't. The bike's cool. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot to do with it. So far at least. I mean the sections where you're in to the actual Metroid elements of it feel really cool. And you know, if it's a game that I may go back to at some point, and it could work its way up my list. But I could say that way about my entire bottom 5 outside of Mario Kart World. South of Midnight, Curly hitting the nail on the head. I do think for me the combat holds it back just a little bit. This game would be so much higher on my list if the combat was something new and engaging. It does just feel like that run of the mill PS3 action game, or like an Infamous kind of combat system. Where, to be fair, Infamous, great game. I just think in 2025 to elevate the game a little higher, it needed something a little more engaging. The music's fantastic. I think, like in Expedition 33, in a different sense, the way that they are engrossed in a different in a demographic that doesn't get a light shined on it very often.
Yeah.
Like the way you are engrossed into a demographics culture, less so to Expedition because there are a lot of fantasy elements there, but like it's so cool to see a light shined on it, and it's so cool to experience a world that maybe you don't normally get to experience, or even get to see depicted in media.
100%.
So yeah, I agree with you. It's one of the coolest art styles to come out this year too. MGS3 remake. I want to put this game so much higher on my list, y'all. I want y'all to play MGS3 so badly. Like this game should be so much higher on my list, but it's gorgeous. The game is beautiful, but the fact that the game looks so good but still plays the exact same. I wish it had gotten that breath of like life delivered into the gameplay the way an RE2 remake did, the way FF7 remake did, because the original Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of the best games of all time, but the gameplay is a little dated, I guess, is the best way to put it. And that fresh coat of paint, that breath of life breathed into it would have done something unbelievable for this game and probably for this franchise. I imagine Konami will keep going with these remakes, but what could have been, you know? Ghost of Yote, another game. I just need more time with it. It's so good. Again, another game just like
I need to play
AC
that.
Shadows on the
Same.
top of your list. Ghost of Yote is so unbelievably good. It is Arkham combat with a sword.
That sounds awesome.
That's the best. It's incredible. It's so good. The way, and it has like, it's not it doesn't have Metroidvania like full Metroidvania elements, but it's got some like Metroidvania like nods there with the different weapons that you can master, and how they help you navigate through the world. The story's way more engaging to me than Tsushima. The problem is that the gameplay is basically still just Tsushima. There isn't much innovation on top of what they did with Tsushima, and I think that's what held it back from Game of the Year conversations, and probably what kept it a little lower on my list. Mario Kart World, we already talked about. Dispatch. I've played maybe 3 or 4 hours of Dispatch, yo. And this was a late entry. This was like I played this over the weekend and a little bit early this week. And honestly, us pushing this a week is what led this to getting on my list.
I really want to play this.
The 3 episodes I've played of Dispatch, they have got me so invested in brand new superhero characters like I never The Boys hasn't done this for me. Invincible hasn't got me this invested. Like the world, the lore, the characters, the writing. I'm not actually a big Telltale guy, but like this is something different. I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of this, and I can't wait to play more of this.
Yeah, that was another one. Like
and
for
then-
a fact, like if I had played this would have been. This seems like a curly ass game because I love the Telltale games and superheroes, and I love The Boys and Invincible. Like, dude, the fact that I haven't played this is just I'm stupid. Like, I'm just stupid. I love the cast as well.
Plus,
insane. Like the people they got on there.
Laura Bailey, Aaron
Paul.
right?
They got a lot of Pierce on this
oh,
bitch.
man.
Like, come on,
the
dude.
voice cast is incredible. And then my top 4 is Chalk.
Shaw.
You know, DK Bonanza, Silk Song Blueprints, Expedition 33. I can't say enough about those games. What an incredible year for gaming. Absolutely phenomenal year. Great lists to both of you. This was a lot of fun.
It's interesting how varied our lists are and how many games are on each other's that weren't even touched by the other. Like, it's a testament to this year, dude. It's strong. Like,
it's unbelievable. I want to play Death Stranding so badly. I want to play more. There's so many games on my list that I need to put more time into, let alone the games that I actually missed.
I do feel like kind of polar.
There are so many.
You go ahead.
There are so many games that came out this year that I haven't been able to play, partly because I have worked so much on my game this year, but also I just haven't had the money to buy any games. Like I wanted to play Ghost of Yote, I wanted to play Hell Is Us.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to play Silent Hill F.
Oh yeah. God damn.
Man.
I want to play what else was there? I mean, there was a fucking lot of.
You wanted to play Hades 2, right?
Not play this year.
Hades 2? You wanted to play it?
I want to play Hades 2 so badly.
Play Hades.
I listened. I've been listening to that soundtrack just because it was like I love the original Hades soundtrack. That soundtrack is so good, man.
But yeah, Little Nightmares 3.
Oh yeah,
came out this year.
Split Fiction is not on my list.
Yeah, that's another one. God damn, dude.
Yeah, I haven't played Split Fiction.
Oh, I messed up, yo. Get Metroid Prime for the hell off of there, dude. Split Fiction number 10 with a book. It's probably way higher than that, to be honest. Man. Oh, that hurts.
I want to play that. I have a deep love for that style of like forced co-op game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'm on the polar opposite of Dennis, where he was like, "Man, I don't feel that strong about a game, or like didn't feel like any were like maybe pushing that obvious number one." Man, I feel like
There's
there's
too much.
so many games
There's
where I
too
was
much
just
this year.
like, dude, this is number one. Dude, this is number one. Dude, this is. And like, it all came down to Hollow Knight if it was going to release this year. Like, I'm not surprised that that game delivered at all because I just kind of expected it to. But the level that it delivered, I wasn't quite prepared for, I guess. And then, like, again, nobody really saw just a straight up 3D DK game being the Switch 2 launch year. Like we all speculated maybe
Yeah.
it'll be a Mario cross Donkey Kong. I mean, fuck, dude. And then Blueprints coming out of nowhere, Expedition 33 coming out of what? It was announced at the Game Awards last year, right? Or the year before that. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this year's
It-
looking
well,
good. We could be potentially playing GTA 6, Wolverine. What else potentially could be game of the year this year?
Man, that's a good. I mean, whatever Nintendo's got cooking, I don't. We don't
Yeah,
really know
giant question
Nintendo's
marks
plans
on
for this year,
Nintendo.
right? Like
Mm.
giant question marks.
I mean, some of the games that I'm really excited for this year is, of course, Resident Evil
Oh yeah,
Requiem.
there you go.
I am incredibly
that's
excited. I
going to
mean,
be on the. I think that's going to be on everybody's ballot probably at the end of the year.
Requiem is the reason why I am playing so
Yeah.
much Resident Evil right now.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
I'm also excited for Pragmata.
Yep.
Pragmata looks
Really,
great.
really exciting for Capcom to make a new IP for once.
Right. Which it's secretly
And,
Really excited
uh,
for that indie studio over at Capcom to get the love and praise.
Exactly,
it deserves.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Independent studio Capcom.
Speaking of indies, sorry, Dennis, go ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of indies, I'm also excited for 007 First Light.
I mean
Yeah.
the greatest indie of all time comes out at GTA 6.
No,
Right,
that's not an indie because they're owned by Take-Two.
Oh shit, you're right. We
Yeah.
brought up the point that Control Resonant is indie. Isn't that Epic Games now publishing?
Um,
I know they did
No.
Alan Wake 2. Are they doing Control?
no, they're not doing Control.
Hmm.
But I actually don't think they're self-publishing it either. I think it's Annapurna.
Oh. I remember I was listening back to
Interesting.
the episode
That's crazy.
on Spotify, by the way, or actually Apple Podcast. Or wait, was it Amazon Podcast?
No, it
services?
is self-published by Remedy.
Nice. All right, take us home, daddies. I mean,
Oh, are we done? We wrapping up?
Step Brothers. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I don't think that's any better. None of it's any better. It's all right. Anyway, that is our top 5. Let's to recap one last time. Wait, I have to remember now. Number 5, Mario Kart World. Number 4, Blueprints. Number 3, Expedition 33. Number 2, DK Bonanza. Number 1, Hollow Knight Silk Song. And that is our Famicorp, not Famipod, Famiriety show for you for 2025 for our game for our Game Awards. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Curly, for joining
Thank you.
me on this lovely awards show.
Thank you for putting the presentation together. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, chat, for joining us. Leggy, Diego, Dennis, Curly, Bird. Yeah.
Anybody else lurking out there too? Appreciate y'all.
Anybody? The VOD will go up tomorrow, probably, maybe Friday. It's late. I'm sleepy. We'll see. And then we'll have clips. Make sure you're following us on all those socials and checking your Spotify's and your YouTubes and whatnot.
Leave us a review. I've heard that does a good job.
If you want, no pressure.
No, fuck that. Don't be a little bitch. All you have to do is click 5 stars and say, "Wow, PP go wow."
You don't have to
Don't be a little bitch.
you don't have to say that. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't have to say that. Anyway, we'll see you.
Listen, if they made it this far in the podcast and that's the final straw, like, come on.
All right. Well, it's been a great night. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday. Y'all have a great night. Let's awkwardly wave goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
I love you. Don't move your arm like that.
Like what?
Please stop moving your hands like that.